Good morning, guys. Captain's Log. We're back again. I have Rixie Leigh. I said it right, yeah?
Yes, Rixie Leigh.
That's the hardest part of my interview, is always getting my guest name perfect, because it's important so people know who you are. Well, this is exciting for me, but also a cool time for you. You're starting your new social media. You want to get on. Yes. You've been on Instagram. I saw that you had a few posts, and your goal is obviously what? You want to become an influencer and a blogger, and you want to get more involved. And
yeah, I just kind of want to get myself out there and, just get my image out there, start meeting people, networking.
Okay. And you're in college currently?
I am. I go to FGCU.
You go to FGCU. So I am going to talk to you about how to start. Tell me what you've done so far to date and how you feel like it's going.
Well, so far what I've done has been kind of minimal, but
okay.
The photos, I've learned how to edit photos. And
are you using some programs on your phone, or are you using software on your computer, or what?
Just basic, a little Photoshop, a little
okay.
Lightroom.
Yep.
A little Facetune maybe.
All right. And what do you know so far about Instagram and how it works?
Well, it's just getting likes and getting people to like you.
Okay.
And that's important. And I guess what I want to get out of this is I want to bring a new confidence to people, because that's important.
So positive energy on the posts, is that your idea?
Yeah, and just letting people know that you don't have to fit a mold, because I noticed that a lot of Instagrammers kind of have a very consistent image, and consistency isn't always the best, I think.
Okay.
I like to be out there, so I kind of...
Go ahead. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I just want to just throw things.
How long have you been doing it? When did you start your account?
Well, I started my account a while back, but I've started this I guess blogging goal.
Okay. And what's the goal? Let's hear it.
A couple months ago. The goal is just to get my image out there and just get followers. And
okay. And so, have you done any other social media? Are you on Snapchat or LinkedIn or Facebook?
I do have Snapchat.
Okay.
I snap quite often.
You
do? I have
do?
a pet rabbit and a dog that are constantly on there.
I don't think I've seen it on your IG yet.
Well, she will make it on there.
She's making an appearance.
She's going to make the cut.
So, one thing I do have to express is that if you're going to start, you have to do it.
Yes.
I noticed that you don't have a ton of posts, and if you don't have a lot of posts and continue to be in people's feeds, you're going to fall off the radars, and just when you don't talk to your friends.
Right, you just
and
have
then
to
you
stay relevant.
Yeah, so you're going to have to stay relevant. So how many times are you going to want to post a day? You have to commit. We're going to work with you. I want to have you on every, say, 5 weeks, and I want to update it.
Okay.
And see how many followers you get and how good you're doing.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
Okay, so here we go. So let's hear about it. How many posts you want to do a day? I'll tell you how many I think you need.
I think per day, I think 2 or 3 posts.
Okay.
Whether it's on a story or...
So they say that you're supposed to post between 5 and 10 times per day, and because of the algorithms, you will not get in front of every person. The only people that are going to see all of your posts are people that are either your close friend. You know how there's a close friend tab? Okay, so they've added you as a close friend. They'll probably see and get the notification of your posts, or people that you're interacting with basically on every post that you make or they make, which they would want to see the 5 posts. Otherwise, basically only 1 out of 3, could be 1 out of 5 of your followers are going to see your post. So when you post, how many followers do you have?
Ooh,
no, we're going to build it.
Well,
how many do you have?
Right now I think I have maybe 530.
530 followers. So when you post, I would guess that 175 to 200 people at the most are going to see your post.
Yeah.
Okay? And how many likes on average are you getting?
Less than 100.
Less than 100. Well, that's still good, because that's about 25% of all of your followers. which is good. But you're in college, and they're probably all like people that you see all the time at FGCU, right?
Yeah.
So that's great, but we're gonna have to build a following bigger than just at the college, right? Because if you want to do, like, what is your major?
My major is healthcare.
Healthcare. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are your aspirations as far as after you graduate? What are you thinking?
Going into maybe like the pharmaceutical industry. Or
okay.
Maybe even
like selling pharmaceuticals?
Yeah.
So there's good money in that.
Yeah. I like the fertility pharmaceuticals. Just helping people have babies.
Okay. Well, that's good. So the idea is going to be that I want to see if I'm gonna help you grow, which I can. I know I can because I've done. I run like 4 accounts, and they're all over 10,000 just in the past year. So it's not a secret on how to do it, but there's definitely some techniques, right? Yeah. So if you could post 5 times a day, and they don't have to be the best post, but here's the key: you could post for yourself, which is like content that is about you or things that you're doing or that are relevant to your day, which is good to post, but you also need to include a few posts that are, I think, always inspirational, or something that like motivates you to positive, but also that brings the viewers and your followers something that they're going to want to enjoy seeing besides just you. So maybe it's, something humorous or something motivational or positive or like beautiful, like it's, something else. So that's going to help build your engagement, right? And then, of course, the big thing is always there's like a question or like something leading into when people can leave comments. Because if they start leaving comments, then Instagram is like right away, hey, you need to get this post in front of more people. Let me share it. Let me put it out in front of more people. Right now, on average, 1% of all the people that see your posts aren't following you. So that means basically 5 new people a day are going to see each one of your posts. So in order to try to get, say, 30 people new to follow you per day, you would have to post 6 times. Right. Because the simple math is the Instagram algorithms are only letting 1%, and 1% of 500 is 5, right? Because that's just normal math, I think. Yeah. So in order to get 5 new people to follow you, that would mean 100% of all the people that don't follow you, that see your post, that Instagram is putting in front of them, would have to follow you back, which is probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be more like 30 or 50%. So getting out there and making those posts and having the comments, if you can have people comment and engage more, you could get as much as 5% of new followers. So if you think about that, now we're talking like, what, 20 people, 20 to 25 new people per post. So it's important to try to get them to say things or comments or question. And then every time someone comments, you don't have to write a reply back, but even an emoji. Just liking the comment isn't enough. It has to be, you have to actually reply with something. Okay. And Dennis, like, I just heard Gary Vee mention, and it was funny because I've watched Dennis Rodman, and he has a new guy doing his social media. But his thing is that he is replying to every single person with no comment. But just replying is still better than liking it.
Okay, noted.
Because you'll get more engagement. So, how many times do you post on your story? You could post on your story all day and all night. One thing that I find is really, really engaging and reaches way more people right now than anything else is the Instagram TV, because everybody's competing for video views. Facebook, Google, Instagram, and YouTube are like all competing to be the world's biggest hub for video views. So Instagram is pushing really those videos out a lot, and they'll also share them on your Facebook, which, by the way, you need to have your Facebook posts. Are they automatically shared onto Facebook from Instagram?
No, but I have to start.
You need to do that. You need to connect it right away.
Yes. sense.
There's no, I mean, even if you're not posting on Facebook, at least let the post run out on Facebook. If you're posting it and it's on Instagram worthy, then it should be Facebook worthy.
Right.
Because there is a whole different audience. And you're not only going to want to attract ladies and guys that are 20 to 30 years old. Like, that's just not going to be your demo 24 hours a day. Like, first of all, they're probably not going to be your demo at all when you graduate and you want to be in healthcare. So you definitely need to instantly get on Facebook and hit up that audience, because those are the people with the baby makers and the money.
Exactly.
So make sure you do that for sure. So what else are you doing on a daily basis?
Well, I currently work at the Butterfly Estates in downtown Fort Myers.
Hello, cool pictures 24/7.
Yeah, I do get some of the.
But you're not posting them.
I did, and then I took them down because I wanted my Instagram to be more personal.
Okay, so you want it to be more personal for you?
Yeah.
So how do you think that the followers are gonna, just because they're gonna touch base with you more personally?
Well, I just wanted it to be photos of me and not butterflies.
Gotcha. And what about, no, I get it. I mean, that's what, pages that are butterflies would normally be all butterflies. But how about on your story? Are you posting like, hey guys,
I post a little bit on my story. I kind of like, come visit me at the butterflies.
Yeah, okay. And then post some cool butterflies?
I do.
What about the hatchings? Isn't that the best part?
Well, since we're breeders, I actually get to experience the entire process.
Yeah. So you should do that. You should post those.
Yeah.
What about like a swipe right, like of like every like 3 days of the cocoon?
Yeah, well, the thing is that I do it on their social media. I do it on their like work page.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to bring that into like my personal life, because that's kind of just like my job.
I gotcha. So with you always wanting to keep everything on a personal level, the key is that if you are going to be on a personal level, you're going to just have a small, intimate group of people following you if you don't put yourself out there more.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. Like, that's the trick on social media. Like, getting a following is great if you have a core group of friends that are willing to follow you and that you interact with, and especially in the college scene, it's a lot of them. But getting outside of that element, I think you need to touch on more topics and more things that are relevant to you during the day, because if you're doing that, like, not everybody's doing that. That's a cool thing to see. Like, people would totally want to see that. And maybe you use like Snapchat or like YouTube or even LinkedIn, like, hey, this is my job right now, this is a super cool place to hang out, check out what I got to see today. Like, people aren't watching butterflies hatch every day, right?
Yeah.
So that's a cool thing. And how long ago did you start the account? Did I ask you that?
Yeah, I started a while back, but
you haven't been really doing anything.
No, I
Wait,
haven't.
did you just archive a bunch of posts? Is that what you did? Like, you went through your whole feed and cleaned it all up?
Straight up deleted.
You deleted everything just because you were like, this is what I want to start doing.
Yeah, I'm like, new person.
New person. Okay. So I get it. And you can ask me any questions that you want to know that I may have the answer to, or also some of the followers. But so as far as, what about hashtags? Do you use hashtags?
I still don't know like what hashtags are appropriate, but I have been told that
there's tons.
Any hashtag is appropriate.
Any hashtag is appropriate, and ones that are going to be the most effective are ones that have 100,000 followers up to, I would say, 600,000 followers. Because if it's over 600,000 followers, by the time you put the post up, like, literally, it's already going to be past other people's feeds that are looking at that. Because so many are coming in. Like, when you get those hashtags that have 20 million, followers, whatever, like, those aren't going to do anything for you. That's like good for J-Lo. You know what I mean? Like, the Kardashians, that's great because they'll stay up there because so many people will like that post, it'll keep staying on there. But your post with that kind of hashtag, like funny, that it has 20 million, is just not going to go anywhere. But it's super important to include hashtags because that's one way that Instagram hasn't shut down their algorithms, like to where you'll get in front of new people. I would say if you use, and do you know how many you can use?
Isn't it like 30?
You can use 30. Did you know that you can not only use 30, they don't have to be in your post, that they can be in your comments?
Yes.
And those are searchable as well.
Yes.
Okay, so you knew that. And so then, what about tagging accounts when you make a post? Are you doing that?
I've been tagging like the brands that I wear because like I guess I'm trying to promote like fashion and like an image.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what's the image?
Just like my style, like my personal style.
Okay. So there's tons, obviously, of fashion bloggers that you can tag. There's tons of fashion companies, right? Are you DMing people?
I just sent my first DM.
Your first?
Yes.
All right. How many are you sending?
Well, I just sent one because I'm a little nervous.
But don't be. Just send it. Shoot it off. Who cares?
I know, I have to start going crazy.
Yeah, like, so you can, I think you could DM 200 accounts a day. And then Instagram will be like, you're done. And then the next day it resets.
All right.
So
200.
Yeah, so when you're home scrolling through your phone at night when you get in bed and you have nothing else to do except scroll and look at other people's
Yeah,
pictures,
just start DMing people.
just start DMing. Like, you should follow, like, obviously, if fashion is like a passion, you should follow like 100 of the top fashion people and DM every one of those people.
Yeah.
Like, one person is gonna respond.
Right.
Like, I've had it happen so many times. I do it. Everyone should do it. Like, if you're trying to grow your brand, which is yourself, right? I mean, that's why people now have Instagram. Everyone wants to have their own brand. You should do that. And what about on your story? Do you use hashtags?
Sometimes I'm not very like consistent with using hashtags on my story. I just kind of like share
I'm not
snippets.
either. But you know that if you do use hashtags, you can literally like put all the hashtags on top of each other and then just put a little icon, like a little GIF or whatever, on top of it, and they still work.
Oh,
So nobody
okay.
knows you have like a million hashtags on your story post.
All right, noted.
Yeah. So you can do that all the time. And on like, so if you post, and you could do the same thing when you tag people on your story. Like if you're tagging NBC, you know, the Today Show, Jimmy Fallon, whatever, you could put them all on top of each other with just like a tiny bit of offset them, a tiny bit, and it all stays like in the same amount, and shrink them down, and then just put like a little GIF or whatever, icon or something on top of that, and they'll go away too. So people don't know you've tagged like a million people when they click on the picture.
No,
They can't tell.
Secret tags.
So that's a great trick because that really works. But the best thing that works is DMing people. I guarantee that 1 out of 2 people you DM, if it's something interesting that you're saying, will follow you back.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And you have to like other people's posts because you have to be engaged there as well.
Yeah.
So do you use any like third-party apps that help you like pick out hashtags?
No.
There's some really cool ones that you can like cut and copy hashtags for certain topics that will fit into like what you're trying to attract. So just get like some free downloads. There's really tons of them.
Yeah.
Like hashtag apps. All right, what else are you doing?
That's basically it.
Go ahead.
No, I just go to school. I love my rabbit, Georgina.
Your rabbit's cool. Like, I have a friend who's really good at Snapchat because she has a rabbit and she posts.
Well, I was thinking of bringing her into like my fashion.
You should.
Because she's actually a beautiful rabbit. She has like, she's white and she has dark eyeliner, and I feel that she would be quite the look.
Yeah, I think it's a good look.
Yeah.
And how old is your little rabbit? What's her name?
Her name is Georgina. She goes by Georgie.
Yeah.
And she is probably
that guy's
like
fun.
3 years old.
3 years old, and you've had her for 3 years?
Yeah, I've had her since she was a fresh one.
Nice.
Yeah.
And she's nice. Does she ever bite anyone?
I mean, naturally, she is an animal, but She's non-aggressive. She's actually super friendly. She's potty trained.
Really? What does she do? She goes to like a kitty litter box?
Yes.
No way.
I litter trained her when she was just a little baby.
That's so cute. So you let her just hop around the house?
Yeah, well, she's really spoiled. So she has a huge cage, but I took the doors off and she is just free to roam.
She just goes whenever.
Yeah.
But then does she go back in the cage and it's like one of those cages where they poop and it goes through? Or is it like a real kitty litter box?
It's like a little kitty litter box. Like, I have to change it like
Oh,
every
that's
2 days.
cool.
Yeah.
So then it's cute when she like boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, no, it's actually super cute. And my dog is very jealous of her because she gets so much attention.
How does your dog not fight with the rabbit?
My dog is very docile.
Yeah.
She's, she kind of just like barks at my mom if my mom is giving my rabbit too much attention.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
She's an American Eskimo, so she kind of looks like a Pomeranian.
Oh, yeah. But they're a little bigger, right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot bigger. Yeah?
Yeah, they're a little thicker.
Yeah.
In the middle.
That's so cute.
Yeah, they're both white and fluffy.
Okay, so how are we gonna track your growth? Are you gonna let me have you on every like 4 weeks and we're gonna talk about it?
If you want me here, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, are you gonna do some of the things we talked about?
Absolutely.
All right. And
I
then
just need a little kick in the butt, like.
Yeah, you have to. Like, it's not easy. Even me, like, I have 3 companies that I run Instagram for. I have a bunch of comedians that I do social media on Facebook and stuff with. But even me, like, sometimes I skip a whole day, so I know it's hard.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do that and you want to continue to grow, like, it does not work. Here's another clue. Like, what time are you posting?
Yeah, random.
You can't.
I know.
You can't. Like, you can post random, like, in between, but you have to have set times that you always post certain things.
Yeah.
Like, between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning, always the best. And then between 7 p and 9 p, and probably for you, more like 7:30 to like 10:30, because the younger demographic, but you're still going to attract the same demographic.
Right.
Like, you're not going to get, where did we park? You parked this way?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, so if you start posting at least those 2 times of the day, just random posts, but the key is, like, you can fill in with other posts. It's okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I definitely have to start, like, being more active and engaged. I guess I was nervous because I didn't know how. So now that I kind of have, like, a little bit of insight on how to address my audience, I think I'll find a better way to do so.
And what about captions? If you can't come up with great captions, there's apps out there that have a billion different captions, and you might not use them, but you can use the premise of the caption and come up with something on your own too.
Right.
That's another great way to attract, because I've seen so many posts that on the exact same post will do, say, 200 likes, and then another post might do 600.
Right.
Because they put like a different caption.
Yeah.
And people like captions, so obviously they're going to read them. So that's a good way also. And then another trick, if you're going to start using hashtags, which you need to, is do you know that how many lines down it needs to be before they show up in the post if you're not going to use them? You can put like 5 dots. You hit return and then hit a period and then return, and if you do it 5 times, that will get the hashtags off of the feed. Like, people actually have to click on the more in order to see that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I taught you something.